Hi guys, I'm Yuri Dimitrov. I'm the CEO and director of Family Office, and we have more than 20 years experience of working with high net investors, entrepreneurs, and successful people around the globe, and we help them on legal, finance, structuring, private banking, and private investment matters in Europe, in London, in UAE, in Dubai, and Middle East as well. So in this video, I wanted to discuss with you and share some thoughts about the tax residence in UAE and in Dubai. It's become a big popular trend, and many investors, entrepreneurs, we decided to move to Dubai, or were thinking and planning to move to Dubai, and in order to get the tax residence. But first of all, let's ask yourself and ourselves as well, is it worth to get tax residence in Dubai and UAE, and why you need to get this tax residence? In our experience, we had plenty of investors, entrepreneurs who already moved to UAE, we received tax residence, we set up a business here, we set up a company, but in the end, we spent 1 or 2 or 3 years, and it does not fit their life and life patterns. And they ask themselves why I did this in the end. What was the reason to make it and to organize with tax residence? Okay, so let's just remind you, know that based on last changes in UAE tax legislation, if you spend more than 90 days in UAE, you can become UAE and Dubai tax resident, and it's great. So on this level, you get your corporate residence, you set up a business here in Dubai, and then on personal level, you become also the tax residents in Dubai as well, and UAE itself. It's good and it's great. But on our side, most of the investors will come from old Europe, let's say from US, from Canada, Australia. So if you come from those traditional Western countries, normally, even if you spent and even if you registered outside of your country for a tax residence, they still continue to treat you as a tax resident in their own country. So you still will consider to be eligible for your worldwide income generated outside of your country, and your taxman still gonna tax you on all your worldwide income if you continue to be tax resident. In majority of the countries, normally you, in order not to be qualified a tax resident in your country, in your own country, normally you need to spend less than 180 days. So let's say if you become Dubai or UAE tax resident, you spend here more than 3 months, more than 90 days, but you still continue to live more than 6 months in your country for many reasons, because the life patterns are not that easy to change. Your children goes to your own country school, you have a property there, you have family connections there, you have many ties with your country, and in reality you still continue predominantly being the tax resident in your own country. So first of all, think and check how many days you need to spend in your country in order to become tax resident, or not being qualified as tax resident in your own country. In some countries like UK, even if you spend less than 6 months, less than 180 days, but you spend, let's say, 3 months, and you have ties with the country, such as accommodation, you have a property, you have business registered business, you have family members, so you still will be treated as a tax resident in the UK. And similar conditions with different variations in France, in Italy, and in Spain, so in old Europe. So it's a big question, and you need to check it first. So the next point of anyway, for whom it might be worse still to get UAE and Dubai tax residents, I believe it's mainly applicable and very convenient for the businesses who run the global international operations, the businesses who has assets outside of your own country, the businesses who has, let's say, intellectual property outside of your own country. So it might fit to online businesses. If you are global, if you are not really linked to your own country, you have servers and IT teams around the world. So it might suit you, and you can allocate and you can place and position yourself in the world as UAE and Dubai tax residents. Logistic and transport as well. Normally those businesses will have operations at the same time in many countries simultaneously, and you can concentrate and you can place your corporate tax office and your personal tax residence as well in the UAE. And if you spend more than 90 days, it might play for your benefits. Portfolio investors, the people and investors who and entrepreneurs who keeps significant amounts of wealth in portfolios. So you might consider to move your portfolio to UAE bank. There are certain banks here, private banks. The banking system quite stable. Obviously, there are always risks, but you might consider to move your portfolio from your country, from Switzerland, from UK, from Germany, from US, and you might consider to move your portfolio to UAE banks and keep it here, and then it will be you might consider yourself as a UAE tax resident, or you might not move your portfolio. It's also there is an option for that, but and you continue to keep the portfolio in your country, but you should stay less than required in order to be qualified for tax resident in your country. So these are some thoughts, and once again, the main idea that becoming tax residents in UAE, it doesn't fit all kind of entrepreneurs. If you're really in depth in your country, you are a public person, you run businesses, you have to control your business in your country, your children are going to the school in your country, you are maybe media person and you need to spend lots of time in your country, so probably it will not fit you. And if you spend more time in UAE, let's say even if you spend 3 months and 90 days, you will still likely to be treated as a tax resident in your country. Anyway, these are just thoughts, strategic thoughts, and we share our experience. In the meantime, I recommend always please advise and take advice of your tax advisor in your own country, qualified tax advisors. They know this stuff, and check them specifically in what situation I will be recognized as a tax resident in my country, or under what circumstances I can remove from a tax resident status in my country. Please check these specific questions with tax advisors in your country, and I think you'll get a clear answer. In the meantime, please feel free, if you need any assistance from us, any advice and consultations, please feel free, contact, and we will be happy to share our thoughts with you. Thank you very much.